Hey everyone, 24/7 here, and welcome to video 400. I remember doing video 300 last year. What the hell? And now we're at 400 already? It's been less than a year. We're just pumping out content now, and I'm really, really happy with it. It's almost the 6th year anniversary that's coming up, because it's almost April. I'm filming this the 26th of March. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So what did I want to do to celebrate? Well, I don't know if you remember, but 2 years ago, when we did the Mania reviews, because yeah, I did the last video of this 2 years ago, but we finished the Mania reviews last year. I did this thing where, like, I was going to do the 10s, so, like, Mania 1 through 9, 1 through 10, I did the best matches. Then I did 11 to 20, and I never did 21 to 30 and then 31 to 40. Because, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. I was in just a weird kind of place at the time. But now I can. So that's what we're doing. We're doing the best Mania matches from 21 to 40, ranked from worst to best. And then we're going to probably do a big list. I do want Zach to do a worst one. And we have a list together, so I'm going to help him with that. Or I'll just do it. I'll probably just do it myself, to be honest. But then again, I do want to hear Zach rant about the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal, so. And stay tuned for after the video, because I have a special announcement for everyone. I'm excited about, so I'm excited to talk to you about it. Zach's watching this, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Ooh, let's start. So we have 20 matches to talk about. So, let's start with at the bottom. For a representative from WrestleMania 33, Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles. So I was torn. Did I want AJ Styles and Shane McMahon, or did I want Triple H and Seth? I think both are really good and both have their strengths. I think I liked this more because it surprised me more. This is an awesome match. This is really, really good. I remember during the build of this match that I didn't really want. I was like, why is AJ Styles wrestling Shane McMahon at WrestleMania? And then the match happened, and it was great. Honestly, like, credit to Shane. He did a really good job here. He had a shooting star press. Of course, he got the garbage can and did the coast to coast. But it's a Shane McMahon match, and he did like a triangle hold. He reversed like the phenomenal forearm into this like spinning DDT. It was super cool. So yeah, it's at the bottom of the list because it's not compared to almost like there's one more match on here that is just good, not great. But yeah, that's the next match. Number 19, the representative from WrestleMania 34, Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. So yes, we picked this for 34. It was between this and I'm gonna mention like my options for a lot of these shows. The other one was the IC Triple Threat match. I liked this one more because I am biased for Kurt Angle, and that is literally the only reason I picked this match. It was just, I was happy to see Kurt Angle wrestle again. Like, I was happy. And then Ronda Rousey, this was such a good debut match for her. It sucks how her career eventually turned out, because it wasn't great. But, hey, she debuted good at least. It was an awesome match. I think everyone played their part extremely well. Seeing Triple H and Kurt Angle go at it again was really nostalgic for me because I had like SummerSlam 2000 on VHS. So I got to see their feud. So it was just kind of cool for me to see that. But yeah, this is a pretty fun match. Again, I was either between this or the IC Triple Threat. But yeah, number 18. The representative from WrestleMania 27. The only match from WrestleMania 27 that was ever going to be on this list. Triple H versus The Undertaker. So, this is actually not my least favorite one of their matches. I actually like the 17 match less. I'm going to be honest with you. I know. I'll get to that in another video. That I'm not going to talk about it here. But yeah, it was too long. That was the only real issue with it. But these two, they just went to war with each other. They basically they saved that show from being a complete fucking disaster. Yeah, it was just a really good match between two legends. They would top it. Yeah, they would top it the next match is, the other match is way higher on this list. But yeah, this was still a good match. Number 17, from WrestleMania 36. Okay, so I was so torn on this. I literally flipped a coin to see who would win between this one. Because it was either between the Firefly Funhouse or the Boneyard match. I flipped a coin and I got the Boneyard match. So, but both are great. I personally prefer the Firefly Funhouse because I think it's more interesting. But Zach said as a match, this one's better, and I'm like, okay, I kind of get it. But this is Undertaker's last match. This is Undertaker's retirement match. This was so much fun. They did, I think, doing the match the way they did was really smart. It made Taker look really good because his last many couple appearances were just not great. But yeah, this was just really good, a great send-off for Undertaker, and I love that his final opponent was AJ Styles. That's just crazy to me. And AJ Styles gave Taker his gloves. And I think that's really cool. But yeah, this is just such a really good match. I watched it, I think, over a year ago at this point. I can actually look that up. I can find it because I remember when I watched it. I gotta find out how long ago I watched that. Yeah, that was a year ago. Most of the Mania reviews are a year ago now. And the one that wasn't a year ago was the WrestleMania 40 review. But yeah, I watched it over a year ago. It was so good. I really, really liked that match. It was just, and him going out to Metallica with the bike, it's probably one of my favorite retirement matches of all time. And I mean that genuinely. Number 16. From WrestleMania 32, probably my least favorite WrestleMania. So Zach really wanted the women's triple threat match here. And I said fair. That's a great match. But Charlotte winning really soured that for me. Oh my! So I picked the IC title ladder match because this was just dumb fun. And I think it helped that, yeah, Zack Ryder's reign sucked. It was terrible. But him getting that win in general just made me so happy because I was such a big Zack Ryder fan. And him winning at Mania, oh, that was so good. But everyone did really good. Dolph, Sin Cara, The Miz, Ryder, but especially Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Really going out there and just, their feud really helped this match to elevate it to me, at least. But yeah, it was such a good match. Just fun spot fest. And you need that at Mania sometimes. Number 15. From WrestleMania 23. The Money in the Bank ladder match. And I know. Everyone's like, oh, but where's Batista versus Undertaker? And where's Shawn Michaels versus John Cena? Look, listen, okay? Shawn Michaels and Undertaker are going to be on this list a lot. Especially in, the top 10. So I wanted to give other people that mention. Because this match should be mentioned. This is probably, besides the first one, probably the best Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania. This is a great match. And Kennedy winning it, as someone who went to the same high school he did, yeah, obviously I liked it. That made me really happy. Yeah, this is such a great ladder match. Orton's in it, Edge and the Hardys. Booker T is in it. It's so weird to see Randy Orton in a Money in the Bank ladder match, especially this early on. It's just a good match, honestly, and I think it was just probably my favorite match. One of my favorite matches on the show. Like I said, the dual world title matches are fantastic, but I wanted to give someone else a chance because Undertaker and Shawn Michaels are already on this list, and I want to credit people for that. Number 14, what was my favorite WrestleMania match of all time, Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. This match is great. It was the best match of WrestleMania 35. By a long shot, actually. The opener was good. It was a long show, and this really woke me back up. I think, was this before or after? I don't remember. Kobe Mania, I'm a huge Daniel Bryan fan, and his heel turn, I loved it so much, but I loved hating him. I wasn't like, oh, get off my screen. It was just like, oh, I hate that, I love that I hate you. Oh, you're doing such a good job. His whole, like, not eco-maniac, I'm gonna call it, basically. The fucking, like, hemp WWE title was so cool. Having a Rowan there, just, yay. And then Kofi Kingston, who I've always been a huge Kofi Kingston fan, so him getting that moment really was super good. And it was just a good match. I can still hear it and see it in my head, him winning the belt. I wish I recorded my reaction to him winning the belt. But yeah, that was such a great match, honestly. And Brian pushed for this, so that made me even happier. But yeah, it sucked Kofi's reign was kind of whatever, but him getting that moment was awesome. Next, is this the only women's match on this entire... It is. And I was so torn what to put for WrestleMania 38. It's Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. So there were a bunch of women's matches that could have gone on here. This is the only one I have on here. And that sucks because there's so many good ones. Like I said, the 32 match. A couple we'll get to later. But this was my favorite match of WrestleMania 38. Look, I love the Austin match. That's super fun. Cody Rollins it's Zach's favorite on the show. Trying to remember what else is on this show. Oh, the triple threat tag team match, that was pretty good. Pat McAfee versus Austin Theory was good. The Jackass match, but yeah, this was my favorite match on that show. This was just such an awesome match, and the women, and they really showed up. They took a storyline that pissed me off so bad because we streamed that on this channel. We streamed Becky Lynch coming back and winning the title. The camera was all terrible, but I was like, "Oh my god, Becky Lynch is back!" And then she won super quick and was like, "Oh, I hate this." I just stood there. Me and Kane were like, "Why?" But they delayed it, and I think they made it worth it. These two just went and had, like, the best match of the week, and it was wonderful. I really love this match so much. But it's weirdly not my favorite women's match at WrestleMania, and that sucks. Because my two favorite women's matches at WrestleMania. We'll talk about, actually, let me get to that. Number 12 from WrestleMania 37 is Edge versus Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan. So this one was another one I was really tough on because it was either the main events. It was either this one or it was going to be Bianca and Sasha. And I just watched Bianca and Sasha. I love that match. But I also really love this match. It was probably the only Tribal Chief Roman Reigns WrestleMania match that I fully loved. Besides, 40, which we will get to, by the way. But no, this was such a fantastic match. The WrestleMania match that never should have happened because all three guys were basically retired. Roman Reigns was retired in 2020. Daniel Bryan and Edge, like, they were all basically retired. This match shouldn't have happened, but God, are we glad it did. Bryan got one more WrestleMania main event, and he was so good. And Edge won the Rumble, though sadly he has the distinction of being the only person to win multiple Rumbles, but lose both Mania matches. That made me mad. And the stack, I'm still kind of torn on the stack, but it made Roman, like I said, God mode. And that was so cool. And they just beat the hell out of each other. Jay interference sucked, and it made me mad. And I hate when they use those interference matches or any of the Bloodline. It just bugged me. And I was like, why can't you win on your own? But yeah, this was such a good match. Like, triple threat Mania matches tend to be really good, and this was no exception. Number 11. The representative from 30. So it was either the question is which Daniel Bryan match was I going to pick. And I chose the opener against Triple H. The main event is really good, but this one was really good too. Like I said, Daniel Bryan, Mania triple threats are usually really good, but this one really showed people, oh, maybe Triple H can wrestle. Mind, he was in with Daniel Bryan, who's probably the group. If not now he's kind of like somewhat retired or part-time. We're not really sure. But he passed on to Will Ospreay. Daniel Bryan is probably the greatest technical wrestler of all time. I mean, the Technical Wrestler of the Year award is named after the guy, for God's sake. Like, he's so good at this. And then Triple H did such a good job as a heel. Like, one of the best it might be the best WrestleMania opening match of all time. It's either that or Brett and Owen. Like, really good, really great match, honestly. Just making us believe that, oh, Daniel Bryan could lose. They could just do the Evolution triple threat. But yeah, and I must stress the video package is probably my favorite WrestleMania video package of all time, besides My Way, obviously. But yeah, this was like an amazing match, honestly. It was so good. Top 10, we're halfway through the list. Number 10, WrestleMania 29. The only good match of WrestleMania 29, Zach. The only good one. CM Punk versus Undertaker. The last great in-ring WrestleMania match for Undertaker. Not his last great in-ring match, because I still stand by that it was probably his Hell in a Cell match with Brock. But this match was fantastic. It was super good. Two guys who worked really well together. I remember watching this match back when I seriously got back into wrestling, and I thought it was so cool. But yeah, this is an awesome match. I don't love the fact that they used the death of Paul Bearer and Sterling, but they got permission, so I guess it was fine. But just, oh my god, CM Punk was such a good smarmy heel, and pairing him with Heyman, who lost both, lost to Triple H and to Undertaker, which, yeah. But yeah, this is like so good that it made everything on the show just it was already not a good show, but this is just like, oh, beautiful. Number 22. No, number 9 from WrestleMania 22, Edge versus Mick Foley. This is so brutal. It is so ungodly violent. I rewatched it recently. Edge was shaking after the flaming table spot. Like, he was lacerated on his shoulder because Mick Foley wrapped fucking barbed wire around himself. And Foley got his WrestleMania moment, and I'm happy Foley got like a WrestleMania match that was like, or a WrestleMania match that was like truly like worthy of living up to the hardcore legend name. But yeah, it was such a violent match, and it really legitimized Edge as a main event guy, because that was the point of the match. I think Edge also wanted to give Mick Foley something to shine, and just, it benefited both guys. Like, Foley lost nothing by losing this match. Lita took a bunch of good bumps too. This is just an awesome, and probably, besides the hardcore triple threat of WrestleMania X7, the best weapons match at WrestleMania, in my opinion. Like, probably. Unless we're counting some other ones that is weapons matches, but I'm talking like straight up like hardcore Extreme Rules kind of matches, not just no DQ, you know? Because those are very different in my mind. Number 8 from WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. They took okay, I remember the build for this match. I did not like Brock, and I hated the fact that Roman was getting picked over Bryan. Like, Bryan won the ladder match, that made me happy, but like, I was kind of really mad that Roman won the Rumble in the way he did. Like, that Rumble really turned me off on Roman. Like, I was just so mad. Then they had this match against each other, and we found out Brock's contract. Brock didn't re-sign a contract until the day of, or the day before, I think. And I was like, oh, Brock could win. And it was just, they beat the crap out of each other in that whole match. And that was just an awesome match. And we knew Roman was probably going to win. But then Seth cashed in. And I remember, and I've told this story so many times. But when Seth cashed in, I freaking lost it, man. I lost it. And I was so excited. I was so happy and loud that I woke, because Chris Caden was like, I think 4, not even 4, 3, 4. He was sleeping, and I woke him up because I was so excited Seth was cashing in. But yeah, this was it's still the best cash in of all time. And I think that's undisputed. I think there's like 2 other ones, probably Edge and Ziggler, but this is the best cash in of all time. Number 7, a match I literally just watched because the power went out at work today. So I was just sitting there, I was like, oh, I can watch the fucking IC triple threat match, and I just rewatched it. Oh my god, this match is so good. For WrestleMania 39, Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. They killed each other. They just assaulted each other, and and I was watching it, and some people were like, I know wrestling is scripted, but damn, that looks like it hurts. I'm like, yeah, it probably does hurt. My 3 European guys, a Scotsman, an Irishman, and an Austrian, just thrown in a ring together and just told, oh, just kill each other for 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, that happened. It was so good. I remember watching it live, and it was just such a fun match to watch. And look, there's so many matches from 39 I could have picked, and I was torn because there's a lot of good on that show. There were like realistically 4 matches I could have picked for this show, and that shows the quality of WrestleMania 39. I think I softened on it. I watched my old review, and I fucking hated Night 2 for some reason. I don't really know why, when Night 2 was really good. Because there was the main event, the Night 1 main event, the Night 2 main event. I don't care if... Look, I'm over the fact that Cody didn't win that match. He won at 40. It made it worth it. It's fine. Moving on. And then Rhea versus Charlotte, and then this match. Any one of those could have been on here, but I picked the IC triple threat match because, I don't know, it was awesome. It was so good. Dude, they just killed each other, and it was wonderful. Number 6. From WrestleMania 24, Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. Now, there was another match I could have picked for this, but I could not pick this match. It was either this or the world title match. It was either the Ric Flair retirement match or Undertaker versus Edge. And I just watched Undertaker versus Edge last night. This match is really good. You wouldn't think Flair still had it in him, but he really did. He showed out for what was going to be his last match, what should have been his last match. And it was just, the I'm sorry, I love you, just hits different, man. It's not the best retirement match of all time. It's up there, though. It's crazy good. It's just, I don't know what else to say. It's Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair having just such a good match. And the story going in was really good, too. Top 5. Number 5. Undertaker versus Triple H, WrestleMania 28, Hell in a Cell. End of an era. It's too long. It's obnoxiously long. Just like the John Cena Rock match. But this match is really good. Yeah, this is just... I don't know what else to say. It's just... There's only so many times you can say, oh, this match is really, really good. But it's crazy. And especially at those guys' age, they just went out there and had such a great match against each other. They just beat the crap out of each other. And the whole thing with Shawn being the referee as well. It has the greatest kick out in wrestling history. It's crazy just how close the streak was to ending. And it capped off Undertaker at 20-0. Honestly, you could have just... Undertaker could have retired after this match, and nobody would have complained. Honestly. It was just so great. Like, these guys just... And it has... Both guys could work, and both guys just... They felt like they had something to prove, and they were the best match of the night. Bar none. Number 4... Probably my favorite WrestleMania match of all time. As of now. That could change. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes from WrestleMania 40. Now, 40 had a lot of options. Mainly 2 for me, personally. My other favorite women's match of all time. And Io Sky versus Bayley. Because that went right before this match. Such a great match. And I was full of anxiety watching it. But now, especially those last 5 minutes... They're probably the most giddy I've ever been watching it. And you guys saw the reaction. You guys can see the reaction video right now. It's on the channel. My reaction to him, Cody winning, I cried. I fucking cried. What else more do I need to say then? It is one of the few wrestling matches that got me to fucking cry because of how happy Cody winning made me. And it was just, they did it so perfectly. It was sports entertainment bullshit, but I don't care. I was having fun watching the thing. So that made me really happy. This is such, yeah, it's just the most WrestleMania main event of all time. That's the most WrestleMania main event. It was over the top. It was dumb. But the match they had before all the interference was still really good. Like, of course they do. I think Cody's up there for being one of Roman's best rivals. Genuinely. Number 3. I'm letting you know now. The rest of this list has Shawn Michaels in it. Number 3 is Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle from WrestleMania 21. I rewatched it last night as well. Because I've just been in a mood watching great WrestleMania matches. This match was so good. It's the best wrestler on Raw, the best wrestler on SmackDown. Just battle of brands. Who was the better man? And they just... one of, if not the most perfect, and I mean this genuinely, perfect wrestling matches of all time. The fact that this match does not have 5 stars from Dave Meltzer is crazy. It's so good. It's just probably the best match Kurt Angle's ever had, and that's saying, and it's one of the best Shawn Michaels matches of all time, which is saying something. But it's not the best Shawn Michaels WrestleMania match. We all know what number 1 and number 2 are. We're like, okay, here's the thing. This could go either way. I'm flipping, flopping back and forth. Because number 1 and number 2 are Shawn Michaels and Undertaker from WrestleMania 25 and 26. The way we have it is 25 is number 2 and 26 is number 1. And we said it before. The story for 26 is better, but 25 is technically a better match. But they're both really fucking good. Like, these are probably the 2 best WrestleMania matches of all time. It's kind of just hard to pick one. It's crazy how great these matches are. Genuinely. Because, like, it's obnoxiously really good. Like, how dare they go out there and have the best match ever? The fact that these don't have 5, they're not 5 stars is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Because it was Shawn Michaels has the best, this is the best retirement match of all time, and it's not even close. This match is, 26 is such a great match. It was a little bit sloppy, and I don't love the commentary team, but it had a better place on the card. It was the main event, as it fucking should have been, and the stakes are really high. But 25 is like a slightly better match. It's less messy, but it could really go either way, which one is the better match. So it's kind of the 1A, 1B, but where I'm putting it out is 25-2, 26-1. There it is. The best WrestleMania matches from 21 to 40, ranked from worst to best. That's just my opinion. Well, Zach, I want to say thanks to Zach for helping me with this list. We're at 30 minutes, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. But now, for the special announcement. I know you guys have been wondering, so here it is. Last year, we inducted Chris Caden into the ABW Hall of Fame. And this year, we're doing something similar. I would like to welcome the Zackinator as the second inductee in the ABW Hall of Fame. We've already sent him his plaque, so if he wants to make a video saying thank you, what it means to him, that would be great. But yeah, we wanted to thank Zach for all his hard work in the company and how much he means to this business, how much it means to ABW as a whole. So yeah, congratulations to Zach for becoming the second ever ABW Hall of Famer. I would not have to be doing this without him, because he was that important to the channel in general. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys some more awesome wrestling content. See you guys.